Good morning, this is Sheila from My Cardstock Creations. Today I'm doing a video on my latest album, and as you can see, it's sort of like steampunky, vintage looking, and I actually have like a junk journal insert, and this is the first time I did an album with an insert like that. It was actually easier than I thought it was going to be. The cover is made out of this thicker chipboard that I saved from a paper pad that I got at the artist store. It's a lot thicker. I don't know if you can see, but it's about like the regular chipboard that you can buy. Maybe if you glue two of them together, it's about that thickness. It measures 9 by 6 and it has an inch spine. So what I did first was I inked the edges of the chipboard, inked it up really good, and then I laid this paper down. This is single sheet paper. On one side it looked kind of Halloween-y type, and on this side it looked, you know, like a ship here, and there's a forgot what they call it, like a compass thing here. I really like that paper, so I used a piece of that, and that I actually got from a friend of mine, so I can't really tell you where where it came from. And then for the spine, I found this wood grain. It's almost like washi tape, but I think it's actually considered tape, but it's a nice wood grain to it. So I got that at I believe Michael's. And I have a couple of cutouts. These were actually in some things that I got free from, you know, you do swaps and they send you things. This is where I got these here. This feather I cut out myself on my Cricut. This flower was gifted to me. It's a burlap flower. I think that's really pretty. And I used a couple of steampunk gears, and these are some buttons I had. I had a whole bag of them I bought at a flea market. That's that. And then these I cut out of a pad, inspirational words and things on it, and it says inspire tomorrow, and then this is just a little label. Alright, so now on the inside, on the front cover, there's 3 pockets with 3 tags. I'm not going to take them all out. And then behind the pockets there's another pocket with a bigger tag. And before I show you the middle piece, on the back cover I did a waterfall feature, and there's 8 waterfall. I won't show you all. And then behind it I just put a little pocket, and then like the front there's another big pocket with a tag. So now the junk journal part, this you can remove. I'll remove that. So see, on the back spine I took another piece of chipboard and I covered it with black paper, black cardstock. I added a couple eyelets, and then before I glued it to the back of my spine I added this elastic. Now this is an elastic that you like jewelry or bracelet elastic. I just used that because that's what I had on hand, but you can use any kind of elastic you would like. And then once you attach the eyelets and your elastic, I glued it, I don't know if you can see, but I glued it to the back of my spine, and it's in there really good. So that was something new that I tried. I've seen it done in other videos, and I'm like, I gotta figure out how they do that and try it myself, and I think I really love that idea. Okay, so now the insert that I made is kind of junk journaly, and if that's even a word. And let's see, this measures like 5.5 by 7 3/4. I just measured, you know, when you put your eyelets in, I just measured how much was in between the eyelets, and then I just went a little bit smaller. So yours might be a little bit different if you decide to make this album. And so this is just made it with a plain piece of cardstock, the craft paper one, and I just cut it down to size and folded it in half. And this is actually separate. On this one I made it separate so you can keep the cover and then just change the pages. So I added some eyelets, and I used some not book binding, but seam binding for the tie. Okay, so on the front cover of this, I just added this paper bag. I folded the bottom in half, glued here, made a pocket, and then of course this is a big pocket. These you can get at Hobby Lobby, or you can use a regular lunch bag from the grocery store. This button I just cut out just a random shape out of cardboard. My mind's drawing a blank right now, but out of the cardboard, and then I glued it down and I added a button. And then inside this pocket just a couple of tags, and then a big tag in this one. And then on this page I took a doily, paper doily, I folded it in half, and then I just glued the very middle of it on the page to make this little tuck spot. And then this is an envelope that I have attached with a little paper clip, which I'm not going to take off right now, but I just put a couple little pieces of chipboard things inside. And all my pages are inked, and I think some of them I crinkled up a little bit. Here's another tuck spot. And I didn't add too much to the inside, because when I do give this to someone, actually I am going to be selling this, so if you're interested in buying it, just leave me a message. And actually maybe I'll probably put down in the description box my email, or maybe my Facebook page for my cardstock creations, and you can leave me a message if you're interested in purchasing this. This is from a paper bag. I cut it down, and I folded the piece up, and then I made pockets on either side. You'll see the other side over here. And I made a pocket, and then I folded the edge down and glued it, and then I added this button thing here, this flower. This is actually burlap. I cut strips of burlap and cut them in half, and then glued them down to make the flower, and then I added the button. And this is a piece of legend plate paper. I bought a whole pack of this. I can't remember where I got it, but I just inked it up and just put it in here. This page is from an old dictionary I had. I bought this huge dictionary, so every now and then I go and I tear out a page, but that's from there. This is a piece of old line paper, and this is the line paper that you would have in school like years and years ago. And I found pads of it at a flea market or yard sale, can't remember, and I bought them all because you can't find this type of paper anymore. This bag was gifted to me, and it had things in it, so I saved it, and I just got a couple of little tags in there. This feels like some kind of stationery paper I used, and I just inked it up. I added a little envelope. I'm hoping you can see this. This envelope, I just cut the top off, inked it up a little. I attached it to the page with some washi, a little washi tape for a little tip in. And then I just put a card in there. Some more of that dictionary pages. And some more of that paper. This is like tissue paper, ink, but it has writing on it. And I found a whole bag of different tissue paper, you know, wrapping paper that you use. And it's all different kinds. So I just decided to cut a piece and use it as a page. And I like the feel of it. So this is the middle. And I made 2 holes. Once I decided how much paper I wanted, I made 2 holes, used an awl, and punched the holes through to the back. And then I just used a piece of string, any kind of string you'd like, and I just put the string through, and then I just tied a simple knot. Some people do more decorative stitching, but it's a junk journal, so I'm not going to be too particular. Okay, now this is the other side of all those pages. This is just a little envelope someone gave me in a swap. I just glued that down. These tags, I bought a pack of 50 of them. I think it was 50. It could have been more. At a flea market. And this was years ago. But she sprayed and dyed these. And she added a cinnamon smell. But they don't smell cinnamon anymore. But when I first opened the package, oh my god, it smelled so good. I love that smell. So I got a couple of those in here. Here's another one. And she did a really good job with these. Here's another doily. Oops, this keeps popping out. This tag I made, I cut out the tags. I printed them out online, and then I cut them out, glued one back to back, and then I just inked it myself. And this kind of, the staining was already on the tag. I just inked the edges a little more. Here's the other side to that other bag, and I just added a little world sticker, and then there's a tag in there. Like I said, I didn't add too much because I didn't want it to be too bulky. And then here's the other half of that paper bag with another burlap flower and another one of the ledges. Alright, and then here's the back, and this keeps going on. I didn't do anything on the back pocket, the back page of this. I just left it. So now, gotta find the middle. There you are. So, oops. Alright, so that's that. Like I said, I am going to sell this, so if you're interested, I'll put my either my email down below, or I'll do both, my email and my page on Facebook for My Cardstock Creations, and you can get in touch with me, and I'll let you know, the price of it, and if you're interested, sure, it can be yours. I'd like it to go to a good home. I was thinking of keeping it myself, but if someone else really likes it and wants it, then I'll be willing to give it to them. But I really liked how this one came out. So thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for your support and watching, and you have a wonderful day.